He paid for a stranger's dress and didn't even notice.
Okay, in my defense, I was texting my mum, which is actually very wholesome.
I came home with 2 dresses, and I only tried on one. I'm still not over it.
Inspired by the kind of story you'd find on Reddit. A woman goes on a first date, everything seems perfectly fine, and then she finds something tucked inside her new dress that she absolutely cannot explain.
Wait, inside her dress? What does that even mean? Like already on her body?
Okay, so full disclosure, I may have been involved in this situation, hypothetically, in a way that I still think was mostly a misunderstanding.
Mostly right, let us set the scene. It is a Saturday afternoon in the city center. Our man, let's call him Jake, for obvious reasons, has arranged a first date. The plan is simple, a bit of shopping together, then lunch. Casual, low pressure, very modern.
Yeah, honestly, I thought it was a great idea. Like, shopping is fun, it's interactive, you learn a lot about a person by how they browse, you know. Do they check the sale rail first, or do they go straight to new arrivals? That tells you everything.
That is actually dead good date advice, I'll give him that. The sale rail test is real.
So Jake and his date, let's call her Sophie, also for obvious reasons, meet outside a large department store. The kind with 4 floors, a perfume section that attacks you the moment you walk in, and a cafe on the top floor that charges £4 for a biscuit.
I love a department store, me. Proper good ones have everything under one roof. You can browse for hours.
Exactly. So we walk in, we're having a great time, she's funny, I'm funny, or at least I think I'm funny. And we end up in the women's wear section because she wanted to look at some dresses.
Now for our learners, women's wear is the section of a shop that sells clothing for women. You also have menswear, children's wear, and in very posh department stores, a section for things you do not need, but suddenly cannot live without.
Ha, that's the homeware section, and I am not immune to it.
So she picks out this dress, it's like a green wrap dress, really nice, and she goes to the fitting room to try it on. And I'm waiting outside, right, like a supportive person, and I'm just kind of browsing the rack nearby.
A rack, for our learners, is that circular or long metal stand in a shop where clothes hang. You browse the rack, meaning you look through the items casually, without a specific plan. Jake was browsing the rack, very casually, perhaps too casually.
Okay, so here's where it gets complicated. My phone goes off, it's my mum, she's asking me to pick up a gift card for my aunt's birthday, and I'm like, yeah, fine, I'll grab one at the checkout. So I'm texting back, not really paying attention.
Oh no, I can already feel where this is going and I don't like it.
Sophie emerges from the fitting room. The dress fits beautifully. She is pleased. She hangs the dress back on the hanger, adds it to the small basket she has been carrying. Yes, a shopping basket, the kind you carry by the handle, and goes to find Jake.
And I see her coming out, she looks great, and she's got the dress in her basket, and I go totally normal, totally chill, I'll get that. Meaning I'll pay for it, like a nice gesture, first date energy.
Which is lovely actually, that's proper thoughtful. A bit old-fashioned maybe, but sweet.
Right, so she says okay, a bit surprised but smiling, and I take the basket and I head to the checkout. And I'm still kind of half on my phone, asking my mum what value gift card she wants.
The checkout, of course, is where you pay for your items, also called the till in British English. The cashier scans each item, you pay, you receive your receipt, a very routine transaction, unless, of course, you are Jake.
So the cashier scans everything, I tap my card, done. I'm handed the receipt and the bag. The dress is now in a nice bag with tissue paper. I grab a gift card for my mum, sorted. Very efficient.
Efficient, sure, that's one word for it.
They go for lunch, lovely time. At the end, Jake presents Sophie with the shopping bag containing her new dress. She is touched. She says thank you. She gets home. She opens the bag. She pulls out the dress. And then she finds something else in the bag.
Another dress. There were 2 dresses in that bag. A green one mine and a mustard yellow one that was absolutely 100% not mine.
Okay, so wait, in my defense, the basket had 2 dresses in it. I assumed they were both hers. How was I supposed to know there were 2 different people's items in one basket?
What had happened, it transpired, was this. While Jake was distracted by his phone, another shopper had briefly set her dress down in Sophie's basket by mistake, a very common accident near a busy rack, and then been called away. She never retrieved it.
So Jake bought me a stranger's dress. He paid for an item that was never mine, never intended for me, from a woman I've never met on our first date.
I bought you 2 dresses. That's generous. That's like an accidental bonus.
It's proper bizarre is what it is. I'm standing in my kitchen holding a mustard yellow dress with an original price tag still on it going, do I keep this? Do I return it? Who does this belong to?
The price tag, for learners, is the small label attached to an item in a shop that shows the price, sometimes also called a swing tag. And in this case, the price tag revealed something even more interesting.
Yeah, so okay. The tag showed the original price and also a reduced price sticker on top, meaning it had been marked down in a sale. Which means whoever's dress this was, they'd found it on the sale rail and they got a proper bargain.
A bargain I now own illegally. Or, well, not illegally, Jake paid for it, but morally, I feel like I've accidentally shoplifted via a boyfriend.
A bargain, learners, is when you buy something at a much lower price than normal. Everyone loves a bargain, particularly at the end of a season when shops reduce their stock. Sophie had, technically, acquired a bargain through no fault of her own.
I genuinely thought I was being so smooth. Like I offered to pay, she said yes, I go to the checkout, done. I didn't even look in the basket properly. I just assumed. My mum always says I assume too much.
Your mum is right. Anyway, I text Jake that evening going, hey, slight issue with the shopping bag, and he goes, and this is my favorite part, he goes, oh no, did I forget to keep the receipt?
In my head, I thought maybe the dress had a mark on it or something. A receipt is important for returns. If you need to take something back to the shop, you need the receipt as proof of purchase. I was being practical.
For learners, a receipt is the printed or digital record you receive after a purchase, showing what you bought, how much you paid, and when, and Jake had kept it, which is, in fairness, responsible consumer behavior, if nothing else.
I send him a photo of both dresses laid out on my bed, one green, one mustard. He rings me immediately, doesn't text, rings and goes, go on, tell them what you said.
I said, oh, that explains the total at the checkout being higher than I expected, because I'd thought it was just pricier than I'd budgeted for. I didn't want to say anything. I just tapped my card and moved on.
He spent an extra £42 on a stranger's dress and just quietly accepted it rather than cause a scene. I'm mortified and also somehow a little bit fond of him for it.
They returned to the department store the following day. Jake explained to a very patient sales assistant what had happened. He produced the receipt. The transaction was reviewed. A refund was issued for the mustard dress.
And the sales assistant, she was so lovely, she goes, oh, actually, a woman came in this morning asking about a dress she couldn't find. Mustard yellow, size 12. And I went, yes, I believe we have it.
So they reunited the woman with her bargain dress, which she'd already paid for herself originally. It was just a massive mix-up from start to finish. But honestly, and I cannot believe I'm saying this, it made for a dead good second date story.
And there is an important lesson buried in all of this. If you look hard enough, always check your shopping basket before you go to the checkout. And perhaps, just perhaps, put your phone away on a first date.
I mean, true, but also the gift card I bought my mum, she loved it. So technically everything worked out for everyone.
Technically, and for the record, the green dress is lovely, and I've worn it 3 times since. So at least Jake's original instinct was dead right.
A fitting end. And that is where we leave today's story, with a receipt, a refund, a reunited dress, and apparently a second date.
If that made you laugh or cringe, honestly, ideally both, drop us a like. It means the world and it helps more people find the show.
Follow us so you never miss another story like this one. There's a new one going up all the time, and some of them are even more embarrassing than this, if you can believe it.
Subscribe to English Through Stories, new episodes every single day, and your English genuinely will thank you for it.
See you on the next one. Drop us a like.
Hit follow and never miss a story.
Subscribe to English Through Stories. Find us on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. See you on the next episode.